Welcome to the deep dive. We're looking at an analysis you sent over called The Habit of Sadness. Really interesting stuff
hmm
on negative thought patterns.
It is.
And our mission today really is to unpack the mechanics behind that kind of chronic negativity. We want to pull out the key knowledge you need for resilience,
Yep.
quickly actionable stuff.
Right. And the source kicks off by challenging, common ideas about success. It's not just about your starting resources or innate talent endowments, they call it.
Okay.
Yeah. While those things help, obviously, the analysis really stresses that it's the psychological traits, things like wisdom, courage, resilience, even ambition and empathy that really determine success in the long run.
That makes sense. Those are the internal engines.
Exactly. It's less about where you start, more about those internal qualities.
Okay, so let's unpack this habit.
Yeah.
The core problem seems to be how cyclical it is.
Right.
This loop of negative thinking. The source talks about these repetitive thoughts and feelings about yourself or your situation leading to actual physiological changes. Changes that feed the sadness, the hopelessness.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is where it gets really fascinating, kind of the brain science bit.
Okay.
These repetitive thoughts, they carve out pathways in the brain, like actual electrical impulses strengthening certain connections.
You're literally wiring your brain for negative.
In a way, yes. If you keep thinking life is just, an unending series of unfortunate events, that pathway gets stronger. It becomes the brain's sort of default setting. It creates a bias in how you perceive everything.
Wow. That physical aspect is kind of scary. If your brain is actively reinforcing the negative, does that make trying positive changes like almost impossible at first?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're fighting the wiring?
It makes it feel difficult, definitely. Not impossible, though. And that's the key solution the source offers. Recognizing you can control this. You can substitute those negative loops.
Substitute them.
Yeah. Well, first, it's about understanding that sadness, even depression sometimes, they're emotions to be managed, not, completely abolished.
Yeah, you can't just switch them off.
No, and you wouldn't want to, necessarily. Happiness naturally ebbs and flows. Sadness can be a signal telling you something needs attention.
Okay, so manage, don't eliminate.
Yeah.
Got it. Then how do we actively do the substituting part, break those old loops?
One technique the source highlights is perspective taking. Looking outside your own immediate suffering.
How so?
By, say, consciously comparing your issues to those faced by people with far less globally. Thinking about basic needs, family, food, water, safety. It's not about minimizing your own pain, let's be clear. It's about shifting focus. It can foster gratitude for what you do have, put daily stuff in perspective.
Okay, so it's a tool to reframe things, not to feel guilty.
Exactly. Reframing. And that shift can actually inspire you, give you a bit of momentum to build new, more positive thought patterns, to start replacing the old negative tracks.
So what this really boils down to then is that emotional well-being and even success, they aren't just about luck or your starting point.
No, not primarily.
It's more about cultivating that resilience, making a conscious commitment to use healthy coping tools when things inevitably get tough.
Absolutely. It's a practice. Emotional resilience needs continuous effort, like any skill. Maintaining perspective, acknowledging difficulty without letting it define you.
So wrapping this up, what's the final thought for you listening? The source ends with something quite profound about connection. I believe the meaning of life is to have friends to care for when they need it, and to have friends to rely on and care for you.
Mm-hmm. That reciprocity.
Yeah. So think about that. How does that idea of mutual support, of relying on others and letting them rely on you, connect back to managing this habit of sadness? How could reaching out or letting someone in help break that internal hardwired cycle we've been talking about? Something to consider. Welcome to the Deep